1 year ago, volunteers set out to restore these glasshouses after 20 years of neglect. The air was filled with hope for the future, but has their dream become a reality? Here I am today at the 4th foodwork site at Norton Nurseries. I've come to ask staff about how the first year has gone. What have been the successes and what have been the challenges they've faced along the way?
It was totally a mystery to us what it would be like growing in here when we first moved in. It was such an exciting challenge, and it's not just been about growing veg, but it's also been about managing the glass house as an infrastructure. And I think since it had been derelict for so long, and it was built in the 80s, and all of the systems and all of the wiring is so out of date, and we didn't know what worked and what didn't. Mm-hmm. It's been a real adventure learning about what we can do in a space like this. First biggest thing that we worked on is turning the soil into workable soil again. Mm-hmm. So when we moved in, it was like concrete. The ground had been dehydrated for well over 20 years and compacted. One of the largest challenges we encountered was not being really able to control the environment in the glass houses. A lot of the vents were controlled by electrical systems that were built in the 80s that we no longer have power to or control over. I think some of our biggest successes have been our tomatoes and the amount of produce we've been able to make just in the first year. We've also been really lucky that we've benefited from partnering with organisations like the University of Sheffield, who have set up a hydroponics project here where they've been testing different organic fertilisers against each other.
Yeah, so today we've been in the nurseries, so I was just sort of wrapping wool around the garlic to keep it warm. It was quite satisfying.
I've been building a compost heap, so layering lots of different things that will break down over the next 2 weeks so we can grow more food.
I've been planting strawberries and also wheelbarrowing some wood chips.
We work with about 30 schools locally in Sheffield to support them to do more food growing and bring food into the curriculum. We've definitely partnered with more schools than we thought we'd be able to in our first year. The seedling scheme has been such a success. What has been more difficult with the trays of seedlings that we produce is we haven't been able to work off the same basis as our food as a minimum contribution of £1. Mine and my colleague Beth Ann's challenge over the next couple of years is to figure out really how to cover some of the running costs of this place.
After its first year, this project has a long way to go yet before it can truly reap all the benefits it's sowed. But it's safe to say the work by volunteers has really blossomed. Trudie Wright, Norton Nurseries, Sheffield.